Timberwolf Press Audio presents Soldier of the Legion, a dramatization based on the novel by Marshall S. Thomas.
Soldier of the Legion, based on the novel by Marshall S. Thomas, Book 1, Chapter 1. Fortune's All Sub-Crimson Souls.
Stand by. Red Hawk is on the way.
Snow Leopard's icy whisper hissed in my ears, though he was nowhere in sight. A muted red glow bathed the interior of my helmet, and the dark sight built into my faceplate lit up the black forest better than daylight. It was the dead pit of the night on this obscure world. Merlin and I crouched in our A-suit battle armor in a tangle of undergrowth, surrounded by tall, spooky trees. The silent forest was calm and serene. All appeared to be well, but it wasn't. For what seemed like the 1000th time, I checked my E. The E Mark I Multi-Ordnance Battlefield Superiority Rifle is a compact, general-purpose electronic weapon that never malfunctioned and never missed. I raised it and slid the stock against my armored shoulder. Biostats blinked in the upper left corner of my faceplate. My heartbeat had just sped up. I swear I could taste the adrenaline on my tongue. Dead man. I would probably start shaking soon. I was completely protected inside my A-suit, with its powered, lightweight, super-dense, self-sealing Senite armor. According to our instructors, it was the most effective personal armor yet devised. In fact, I had yet to take a single breath of air from this planet's atmosphere. I was still on suit air. Suddenly, though, I felt naked. This was insane. I was insane. Joining the Legion had seemed like a good idea at the time, and now, here I was, about to get killed on our first real action. My past was gone forever, and now I was Beta 3. They called me Thinker, because I had a tendency to overthink things. I was convinced I should have been renamed Psycho for even being here, but Beta 5 had me beat hands down. The numbers were our official designations. Snow Leopard was Beta 1, our leader. I was Beta 3, and Merlin was Beta 4. The night was spectacular. I glanced up at stars beyond the treetops. This velvet hush won't last long.
You know, Thinker, when they told us the final problem was a live-fire exercise, I kind of thought it would consist of us shooting up lots of targets with live ammo while they shot over our heads. I never suspected the targets would be trying to kill us, that it was a combat mission.
Merlin was a Tex-Tech, our own lab rat, an absolute genius. He had headed his own research effort before deciding to join the Legion as a common soldier, and sure didn't belong in an A-suit. But there he was, right beside me, peering into the dark. Getting scared?
I've been scared since I walked through the Legion gate.
My heart pounded. It promised to be one hell of a final exam. Planet Hell had been enough, but that had all been training. We hadn't known about the final problem until the last moment. The problem would be different for every squad, of course. A whole lot of opportunities existed out there. A whole galaxy of problems. A titanic blast lit up the night, casting an eerie electronic green flash over the night sky. Blazing phospho gold tracers ripped over the forest, crackling and screeching. A series of deafening secondaries savaged the earth. Multiple micro-nuke tac-star clouds writhed into the heavens, glittering crimson and gold. Red Hawk, Beta 10, had just arrived in the air car and made a good hit on the Ain't No Lady. Scratch 1 slaver starship. The fools had soft-landed at downside, but I guessed it wouldn't have lasted long in orbit either. Legion training took over. That's it! Merlin and I bolted forward towards Slave Block 1, smashing our way through the forest like a couple of human tanks. X-Max explosive high-velocity rounds set on maximum yield suddenly opened up ahead of us. That would be Cool Hand, Beta 2, and Warhound, Beta 6, hosing down Barracks 2 with their ease. I saw them on my faceplate tac map, riddling the building from outside, taking their time. Iron Man, Beta 7, and Dragon, Beta 8, approached Slave Block 2 from the north, opposite us. They held their fire. The tac map also showed Beta 9, Priestess, springing to her position where she could cover Barracks 1 when the slavers came tumbling out the doors. A tac star flashed and boomed to our left, that terrifying silken rip that always raised the hairs on the back of my neck, followed by an elemental blast from the gates of hell. Snow Leopard and Beta 5, Psycho, attacked the headquarters building in the center of the sprawling complex. Slave Block 1 stared out of the dark, brilliantly illuminated in green by my dark sight. The luxurious prefab with 4 interlocking 2-story residential blocks contained a central rec area. Painstaking recon showed that it held both female slaves and their male captors. Thinker and Merlin entering Slave Block 1. I blasted the door to fragments with a burst of auto X-Max. Merlin fired a Starflash grenade into the doorway, and it spewed about 1 million glittering white phospho tracers back out the door toward us. We jogged straight into it, and I felt the debris ping harmlessly against my armor. The Starflash would blind everyone unarmored inside. I heard Sweetie's familiar voice.
Slave.
A scantily clad female stumbled out of the glittering white smoke, blinded and lost. I had been just about to blast her. Sweetie was my suit tac mod. She had proven most useful on planet Hell, saving my butt more than once. Merlin crouched beside me, E up and scanning. We knew exactly how to clean this place, one slaver at a time. It was just like our training sims, except that these were real people in front of us.
Target.
I fired standard yield X, and Merlin laced it just as glowing green X tracks flashed over our heads. A gory specter appeared out of the smoke. Wide open chest spraying black blood, forehead squirting a thin stream of blood from a single hole. He collapsed to the deck, dropping his Deathcore Starguard rifle. He wore only shorts. Prominent cheekbones, sparse whiskers, slit eyes and long dark hair, and acidic. The SG was functionally equivalent to our E, though it was more compact. It was an ugly reminder of system tolerance for the slave trade.
Target.
Sweetie announced again. I'm not sure if I fired or Sweetie fired, but the round took off the second enemy's head. He had been stocky and powerful, evidently an outworlder. He, too, wore only shorts.
We caught them with their pants down.
Targets in red.
Sweetie colored them on my faceplate. The thick carpet beneath our armored boots probably cost more per square mic than a year's earnings back in my civilian life. We barely noticed the luxurious surroundings. The carpet, rich tapestries, couches, canopied beds, and abundant bowls of exotic fruits, all looted from countless worlds, along with the abundance of nubile slaves. I shouted at the slaves, and my suit amplified my voice to godlike proportions.
Get down!
We advanced into a confusing tangle of female slaves and hostiles armed with SGs. They couldn't see a thing, but the slavers fired X blindly on full auto. Merlin and I shot short bursts of X, laser, each round downing the target. I remembered my weapons instructor. The A-suit tac mod assures 1-round hits for all ordnance. Until now, it had all been training. A grueling abstraction. Now real people were dying. Sweetie's color scheme enabled us to pick the bad guys right out of the crowd. Though even inside the protection of our armor, the racket deafened us. Blood spattered up the walls and girls shrieked. We kept firing, trudging through the bodies and exotic debris, down one corridor after another, shrapnel plunging on our A-suits, firing more Starflash for luck and leaving a trail of corpses in our wake.
Targets.
X-Max burst all around us, the walls erupting with hits, lasers flashing. 2, 3, no, 4 hostiles coming right at us. I fired blindly and Sweetie did it all, controlling angles and trajectories. The hostiles went down. We advanced, stepping over body parts amid surprisingly intact corpses, some with their skins shredded away, and some with blood still squirting from arteries. We marched through pools of blood, leaving behind trembling young girls huddled against the walls, gasping and splattered with blood. Too scared to shake, I moved in icy shock. I noticed Merlin hadn't made any more bad jokes, or spoken at all for that matter. I didn't feel much like conversation either. A hostile lay twitching on the deck. I shot him through the head with a laser burst, and felt only cold horror. A Cerulean with black satin skin, tribal scars, and sharpened white teeth. The slavers had given their group a name. Fortune's All-Sub Crimson Souls. They were a diverse bunch. Acidics, Outworlders, Ceruleans, even a few outlaw Mocanes and Ormans. The Crimson Souls welcomed all. Being a merciless, homicidal maniac was the only qualification. They had found a nice hideout here on Alshana 4, but their good times were ending fast. The Legion didn't negotiate with slavers, and we didn't arrest them. We killed them. According to our initial estimate, there were more than 250 of the bastards in the complex. With only 10 of us, including Red Hawk in the air car, we had strong motivation to terminate the engagement as rapidly as possible.
Damn it. Deathcore armor.
I didn't recognize Dragon's voice at first. Merlin and I were vaguely aware of an intense firefight raging outside.
Snow Leopard, Psycho, Dragon. They've got some kind of reaction team. Looks like a whole squad in armor. Get him, Priestess.
Dragon was our most experienced soldier. I could hardly believe how calm he sounded. A squad in armor. Bad news. Very bad news.
Dragon, Snow Leopard, responding. Thinker, Merlin, break off your target and engage their armored squad.
Snow Leopard, Thinker, Tenors. The rest of our assigned slave block would have to wait. Merlin and I shot our way out of the door on the east side and ran along the wall toward Barracks 1.
We're entering Priestess line of fire!
We skidded to a halt amid dead and dying slavers, littering the plaza in front of the barracks. 2 more slavers with SGs charged out and ran right into Priestess's Precision X-Max. 1 round apiece. Unarmored, they were torn to pieces instantly, going down spraying blood. Damn good shooting by our medic, Priestess. A very talented little girl. We converged on the enemy squad through the dense white smoke drifting through the plaza. The armored slavers could see through it as well. 6 Deathcore A-suits bounded towards Slave Block 2. They opened fire on Iron Man and Dragon with X as I raised my E and fired Auto X-Max. Snow Leopard and Psycho moved up on my left as Iron Man and Dragon returned fire from the north side of Slave Block 2. Targets!